episode of Shotgun Out Toy Reviews. Two idiots, one piece of toast, a camera, and a review. Sitting next to me is...
Toast.
And on the other side of me is...
Very confused Wilson.
I am your gassy and Rice Krispie tasting Mr. Berg, and today we're reviewing...
The Injustice, Gods Among Us, Darkseid from Storm Collectibles. That's the box. F*** it.
Bam!
And here he is. Darkseid.
Yes.
Darkseid is.
Darkseid is. Darkseid is. Thank you, Tom King.
So this is... oh man. So this is our third Darkseid review? Second Darkseid review?
Definitely the second.
At least
the second, possibly a third. It's been a long, however many years we've done this.
So this is Storm Collectibles Injustice Darkseid. And as usual, we start with...
Paint and sculpt.
Articulation. So
like
here is a nice close-up of his face, which is very, very nicely done. If I didn't know that was Darkseid, it doesn't speak to me as a Darkseid. It's a little
Really?
thinner.
Well, again,
You're still talking just the face?
Just the face.
Okay.
It's the video game thing, so they're gonna have a different
I understand.
skew on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell it's Darkseid, but like if you took his blue helmet off, I'm like, oh, that's just some dude.
Oh, okay.
There
Gotcha.
are other Darkseid designs where if you took his blue helmet off, I'm like, that's Darkseid.
Right.
Just saying, but it's really well done. His eyes are awesome there. So there's a black ring around the eye, and then it is a very glossy dark red. That looks awesome.
Yes, the eyes look fantastic.
Yeah.
Super, super cool. The helmet has my guess is it's blue with a silver wash on it.
The armor throughout looks slightly distressed. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it looks like he's got battle damage and he's been in fights. It's really well done.
There's some black down back here, and it's all weathered and looks great. I love the head. There's some purple in his neck, his new 52 neck style piece.
Mm-hmm.
There's gold on his U, and there's other blues, golds, purples, blacks. And this is a rubbery piece, and it has the same exact paint job as the head. I have no idea how they got it to look so nice, and it's got cool little sculpted bits to make it look more like plate armor rather than just his chest or a tunic like he normally wears. His arms are super craggly, rocky style that look great.
Yep.
I like how he has veins that you could see.
Yeah, there's a vein.
It's a little odd, I think.
A little bit with the rocky skin.
Yeah.
Still, I like it.
It also goes down onto his forearm. His forearms have the cool metallic bits again. This is a rubbery piece. There is a black hand which has some stitching on it. It looks really nice.
Ball joints hidden there for you too.
Here's your ugly ass elbow piece. But that is a Storm Collectible, so I knew that going in.
The boots, dude. Oh, sorry. Yeah, talk about the legs too with the textured.
There's crazy pitted sports athlete style pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pants.
That looks really, really nice. Again, it's a purplish black, bluish black.
It's hard to, probably blue.
And there's even more lines in here. And then he has his boots, which again have this crazy, wonderful metallic blue with the silver wash that just looks... He looks like he's made out of rock.
Yeah. And I love the boots so much, like just the way it's done. And when you tilt it a certain way in the light, the way the metallic shines, it turns it almost a purple to the eye. Very, very cool. Very awesome. And so well done. Toast, you mentioned off mic that it was like Hellboy. the 1000 Toys Hellboy with the empty chest? Is
Yeah.
that what this is like?
A little bit. So he's got a couple of spots, especially on his back, where you can push on it, and it's just there's a void underneath, and it's
Okay.
a thin rubbery piece that's on top.
But none of it becomes visible through moving them around, right?
Not that I've seen. No.
Yeah.
And if you do move it out of the way, you can see they even sculpted his belly and his pecs. They even gave his neck
Detail. Yeah.
rock.
Awesome.
Fantastic job.
God, I don't need another toy. I don't need another toy. I don't need another toy. I don't need another.
Darkseid is.
Yes, he is. He's gonna be on my shelf.
You will buy me.
At dark. All right, now it's time to play with this toy. I mean, move it around.
His head is on a ball joint
Yes.
that gets you a lot of movement, a lot of nice tilting, and then he has a ball joint neck, so you can move them in concert and get him all kinds of what you're talking about, Will's head movement. He has, I don't know if you can see so well, a butterfly shoulder joint that has a ton of range. His arm can do 360 like almost every toy, up and down. Bicep swivel. He's got double jointed elbows that only get you 90% of range because he's kind of a big, strong dude.
Beefy.
The aforementioned
Dude.
It's supposed to happen.
what
Ball joint? Ball peg?
ball peg. Then he has some crazy amount of torso movement because he doesn't actually have a real chest, because you can feel whatever piece goes down the middle.
Sternum.
But
There you
like,
go.
you can feel where his shoulder butterfly joints are, and then there's nothing here, and then there's his rib cage is down here, but he gets movement up there with those pieces. He gets crazy back bend, gets some forward. He has a swivel with crazy, not a swivel, it's more of a ball joint, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of range. Then he has ball joint hips with a slight, I'm having a stroke,
Please don't.
slight
Swivel.
thigh swivel.
There we go.
He has double jointed knees that, for some reason, mostly due to sculpt, don't actually get you at a little past 90, maybe 100 degrees.
Don't
No.
really need it for him, I don't think.
No, but
Still.
compared to the other ones,
How do you feel about the kneecap?
it's an interesting choice now that you pointed out. I kind of wish this was attached down here.
Okay. I kind of like it, but I could see it your way too.
I don't hate it. It certainly covers up what it could be worse, but it's an interesting choice. I have not seen many knees like that. But again, as Wilson just pointed out, this is Darkseid. He doesn't do a lot of kung fu. Then moving further down the leg is a ball and peg, super crazy rocker ankle.
I think it gets better out movement than in, which I found strange.
Yeah, that is true. Can go up, down a little bit, and then toe bend, which the range on his joints isn't as wide or large as some other Storm collectible figures. But for a Darkseid figure, for a guy who's supposed to be big and bulky, he is quite articulate.
All right, let's take a look at some of the great stuff that he comes with. I do want to say I think he came with more stuff than I was expecting. I haven't looked into this figure a lot, but he has a lot more things than I was expecting.
So he comes with a total of 4 sets of hands. He has fists. He has the Hail Darkseid figures. He's got a more of a splayed reaching, and then he's got Orion.
Yep.
And then he has 4 total heads. He comes with the stock head, which is me. Angry Face, which follows the Todd McFarlane, either have the teeth on the top or the bottom, not both. He has it on the top. Angrier Face, gritting with both teeth. Great paint job again on all 3 of these. And then he has this, Wilson's favorite head. Why is this your favorite head?
Because he's got the effects coming out of his eyes.
These are the short, glowy, angry, steaming eyes.
Pre-Omega Beam.
Pre-Omega Beam.
This is when he's just had Taco Bell and he's simmering. Then he has giant, awesome, clear plastic with a reddish-orange tint. Omega Beam for one left eye and one for his right eye, and they are opposite effects. They look really, really cool.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea to make them opposite, so that way when they're coming out of his eyes, they look more random in the nature of where they decide to go. I think it would have looked just kind of too plain with them being the same thing.
On each end, it has a little blast effect, like it's hunting out Batman to kill him in Final Crisis.
Great.
And then on the other end, they have the blast effect for where it comes out of his eye, and they have little pegs.
Now that side can come off, and you can put just that little blast effect
Really
into his head.
interesting.
So he can have little tiny blast effect.
Yes.
Cool. What we're going to do is pause now for station identification. We're going to have Toast do that. Bam! Thank you, Toast. So here is his short blast with the, like, hey man, I got my crazy rose-colored glasses and I'm going to murder you in a second. So here is crazy
Yeah.
murder death effect.
Love it.
And we are told from Toast, once you have these in here, you can turn them, and you can.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can have...
Makes it look even more random. That's great. I like that a lot.
We're going to have a poll at the end of this video. What is your Darkseid Omega Beam sound?
I love it.
Comment below and let us know. Woo! We need more energy like all those kids on YouTube.
Where's the air horn when you
that
need
are
it?
crushing us.
And just so we can prove his head actually can stand and hold these and
Yeah.
look awesome.
Perfect.
Just under 10 inches. If I stood him up straight, he'd be 10.
That's awesome.
I would go 9 8/10. 9 8/12. I don't know.
Perfect.
Perfect.
He's tall.
Yeah.
It's tall.
Size comparison. What do we have them next to?
We have a 7-inch McFarlane
Doom Marauder, I think he is. Yeah.
badass toy. We have a Storm Collectibles Lobo, which you'll be able to watch a review of
Already?
probably before this
Yeah.
one. Maybe.
And that's from the Injustice game as well.
Yes.
And then we have DC Director Collectibles, whatever at the time, New 52 Superman. So he is all of the 10 inches.
10 girthy inches.
Yes. I would say, in my opinion, he works great with Lobo and is a great Jim Lee Darkseid. Should have been sized.
So when DC did it, they did a
when Jim
massive.
Lee did him and they made him like Superman was the size of his shin.
Yeah. You didn't like that.
That was stupid because then all the new gods should have been the size of the shin, but they weren't. Made no goddamn sense. And Darkseid is
Passing the 1 foot test.
all day. Down.
To the bottom line.
Are we last in line? No.
No.
We're not, because Toast goes last because it's Toast toy.
That's right. New rule. Mr.
So,
Burke.
So I'm going to go with a 4.5 out of 5 hammers.
Interesting.
As usual, I'm not a super fan of the Injustice designs. I'm much more of a classical design type guy. And this, while it looks fantastic, again makes him look more like Thanos than Darkseid, in my opinion, especially current movie Marvel style Thanos. And I like my Thanos beefier. This is a very fit, strong, muscular cut Thanos.
Wider.
Wider, sorry. And by Thanos, I mean Darkseid.
Okay, I was wondering.
And the one thing that is holding me back from giving him a 5 out of 5, because I really, really am impressed with this guy, is that the other Storm Collectibles figures I played with, touched, enjoyed, savored, had better range on all their joints except for like his waist joints and torso joints are amazing, but he can't do more than a 50 or 90 degree arm bend. So why do this ugly ass joint then if you can't give me like, I realize this is your style and you want them all to be the same and you use the same type of technology, but it doesn't get any more range. So you could just use a normal joint and not have that ugly ass thing. And it confuses me because like Lobo can move. Lobo has bigger biceps and wrists and forearms and gets the same amount of range. Baraka got really good range. So it just, and his knees don't get the amount of range. It just confuses me. And again, so if he was a fat, thicker Darkseid and had slightly better range, I'd totally give him a 5. I mean, you can't go wrong with this thing. If you like Darkseid and you like this look, just done. And he's way cheaper than the 112, but doesn't light up.
Which one would you choose over between 112 and this?
How much was the 112?
Too much.
140.
Oh, I thought he broke 2.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, he was too much. I want this guy's price tag on that guy's body.
Fair enough.
I stylistically and everything, I like the 112 look better. But I'm not going to pay that much money for a Darkseid tie when I can get a crappy Mattel one on eBay for $50.
Okay.
No father box.
Yes.
Fair enough.
No father box.
He gets 5. He's great. I love his size. I think he looks exactly like he does in the game. I've played as him in the game. The limited range of articulation doesn't bother me because he's a bigger figure, and the way he fights is very kind of stoic and not a lot of high kicks or like that. So he can get the poses that he needs. Love the Omega beams. Love the heads. The hands are great. I understand wanting a father box, but he doesn't use one in the game that I can remember, so I can see why they didn't give him one. People would be like, what the is that? Possibly. I don't know. How much was he, Toast?
100.
100 from where?
Big Bad Toy Store.
Big Bad Toy Store. I have to get one. This is sold one. If I don't get one, I may have to borrow this for a possible top 5 2020. I love it that much. I love Darkseid. I like this kind of look for Darkseid. I've always loved the classic look, but I like some of these redesigns. This is one of the best Darkseid toys that I've put my hands on, and I own the 112 one and love it. So 5, get it.
This reach advantage is just unfair,
isn't it? Though, maybe we should make a rule whose toy it is has to sit behind the camera.
When
we'll discuss off screen. Sorry,
that's fine.
Off mic.
You're so dumb.
I think I realize now you're talking about the toy.
Yep.
and not us sitting next to each other.
All right.
I think this may have to stay in.
Priceless.
I am fucking retarded today, dude. Sorry, Toast.
All right. I'm also going 4.5 out of 5. The default face has I'm going to call it subdued mouth. I'll probably never use it again because the other faces are just too expressive, or I'll go with the Omega beams. Like the mouth on the default face is almost hidden with the skin crags. I'm a little bit worried about the ankle articulation and getting him into dynamic poses. I mean, he's not going to be like Ong Bak, all knees and elbows, but just the ankle rocker isn't as great as I kind of hoped. Otherwise, the limited articulation on large characters is kind of expected, at least. I don't know that maybe it should be expected, but okay, I wasn't expecting getting more than 90, so I'm okay with it. And the paint, I mean, we've gushed about the paint, but it is gorgeous. This is the Darkseid I wanted, and he's not 4 times bigger than other characters.
Yeah, well, you know, size matters to some. Well, good. I'm glad you like them. I'm glad you're happy with them. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think and any ideas you have. Like and subscribe. Maybe send us a new table. And look for all the social media stuff in the show notes. Thanks for watching. And
I
until
would rather
next
you
time.
send us toys than a new table.